Ain't we with the Bills Mafia right now?
Yeah. We going crazy. We going dog nuts crazy. We at the game, baby. Bills Mafia. Bop, bop, bop.
Let's go, Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo Bills.
So a little over a decade ago, Bills Mafia actually started when Stevie Johnson dropped that infamous game-winning pass, would have been a game-winning pass in the end zone here in Buffalo. And after that happened, a lot of fans on Twitter were kind of going after him in really, really personal ways. And after things had died down, the next day, I think it was, Adam Schefter had retweeted it, reshared it, and kind of stirred the pot all over again. So a few of us were kind of poking fun at him for it.
He ended up blocking a bunch of us, and it just seemed like an overreaction. So a few months later, I came up with the term Bills Mafia, just as a joke. Just give me a one-off tweet. I just said, follow the Bills Mafia, and I named a few of us. And I guess the rest is history.
Let's go, Buffalo! Let's go, Buffalo!
Let's go, Buffalo!
Cheers.
Bills Mafia is a group of people. It's a community. It's a way of life.
Most generous, fun, crazy, table slamming fan bases around.
Some person was complaining, oh, you shouldn't be talking about football now here in March. And the writer came back and said, well, listen here, there's only 2 seasons in Buffalo. There's Buffalo Bills football season, and there's waiting for Buffalo Bills football season. So,
in Buffalo, the Bills are the feature item. You have people wearing Bills gear 12 months out of the year. It doesn't matter if it's May, June, July. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. We're always dialed in to our team, what the team is doing in the offseason, what the players are doing in the offseason, what the players' interests are. This is our team, and we ride and we die with it.
Let's go, Buffalo!
Let's go, Buffalo!
Let's go, Buffalo!
Let's go, Buffalo!
The Bills make me wanna. Yeah!
Go Bills. Let's go.
Let's go, Buffalo!
And you walk into the stadium, and it's a cross-section of every segment of society, every socio-economic background, every religious background, every political belief. We're all in the stadium. We're all focused on the exact same thing. So for that 3 hours, for that moment in time, we are all one. And I'm sure other cities feel that, but it's different for Bills fans. The Buffalo Bills are that extra family member in every family's home in Western New York. They're like a utility, gas, electric, football. The Buffalo Bills provide that to us.
Mafia means family, right? And that's what this is for me. Like my Facebook post today, it's, hey, good morning, Bills family. I don't say Mafia myself, but good morning, Bills family, because we are a family. It's a brotherhood, sisterhood of people that just share that Bills passion, that game day passion.
Unfortunately, this year we're missing one of our lifelong Bills backer in Chris Champion. He was a diehard Bills fan.
He actually took me to my first Bills game, and he wanted it to be special for me, just like it was special for him. And Bills Mafia meant a lot to him. The Bills mean a lot to him, and he means a lot to us. And we miss him, and the Bills Mafia lost a huge piece when they lost him.
So my sister was a huge Buffalo fan, not just the Bills, but Buffalo Sabres, Buffalo Bills, Buffalo in general. She was the biggest cheerleader of Buffalo. She passed away from breast cancer. She was supposed to move back home after she retired from the U.S. Navy. She was my best friend. She was young. So we do everything in honor of her. But she's up there holding down the fort at the Bills Mafia bar, the backers bar, and she's holding wood up there, so she's cheering us on.
Irregardless of how they do, if you're with your family and you're with your friends, ultimately that's all that really matters.
When Leslie, Breon, and I started the Bills Mafia back in 2011, goal was to make sure that it was something that uplifted not only the team, but the community as well. We did stuff in Chicago, in Nashville, and in Tagovailoa's foundation, and Lamar Jackson's foundation, all those things over the years.
For me, as a Bengals fan, it really started, a good amount of seasons ago. We knocked out the Ravens from the playoffs. It put the Bills into the playoffs. And Bills fans started donating to Andy Dalton's charity. And I just thought that's on a different level from a fan base.
We were all texting one another, what happened, but it wasn't until they came back that you actually knew it was cardiac arrest or that's what was suspected. And then just seeing the shock and horror and just agony on his teammates' faces, it translated to us. I'm a 63-year-old man, and I felt like I couldn't go to sleep that night until I knew what had happened. And it's just like, I don't even know Damar Hamlin, but he's kind of like one of us, and he kind of felt like you needed to stay up. So the sense of giving back and rallying around the community, or rallying around somebody in the community who's having a difficult time, that's Buffalo. That's Mafia.
What? Why am I a Bills fan? Because I grew up in Western New York. You got to be a Bills fan here. I don't understand the concept of somebody living here their entire life and not being a Bills fan.
That's one of those unanswerable questions. It's just who you are. It's like, why are you the way you are?
I moved here from Canada in 2004, and this has been the best 18 years of my life.
Bills Mafia is just living, breathing. It's an entity, and it is the best fan base in the NFL.
I lived through Jim Kelly, and I loved every minute of it. And now Josh Allen is just as good, and we're going to make it to the Super Bowl. Yay!
Absolutely. We had 10 good years. Then we went into the dark ages, and now we're about
That's what we
10
call them,
years
the dark
from retirement.
ages.
And now 10 years from retirement, we're back into the good times again, out of the dark ages.
We think this is a year.
I am hoping and expect to have a backpack full of the bats and to be down at Niagara Square, hanging out, celebrating with the team as they come through their victory parade, and I'm planning on that.
Boom!
So I guess this season is kind of encapsulates what it's like to be a Bills fan, because in the beginning, unstoppable, we're going to the Super Bowl, then we have snowstorms, then we have blizzards, then we have the Damar Hamlin situation. So it's a disappointing end to the season, but we're still together. We're still looking forward to next year.
I think that kind of attitude is so different than really, it's just because of the intermingling of the fabrics between the Buffalo Bills and the city. I mean, if the city ever lost the Buffalo Bills, it would rip the heart out of the city.
Being a part of something that big and special is lucky. I'm lucky to be a part of Bills Mafia.
Let's go!
Go Bills!
Where else would you rather be? Right here, right now.